everyone, and welcome to the Press Box. I'm Timmy, and I'm here to answer the call. It is Tuesday, November 12th. Holy crap, guys. Yesterday, Monday Night Football. It was a good one. It didn't go the way I thought it was going to. I really kind of thought it was going to be a shootout. And, the Dolphins didn't put up a whole lot. They put up 23. It was a 23-15 game. And really, it was the Dolphins' defense that really kind of stepped up and made the plays. Matt Stafford, he's thrown an interception in 6 straight games now. So, the Miami Dolphins defense, I feel, doesn't get enough credit. And, well, last night, they deserve it because they definitely helped the Dolphins get the win. I really thought it was going to be like a 31-28 ball game or something like that. But the Miami Dolphins and the Dolphins defense had other intentions. They had other intentions, guys. Scary moment last night. Tua going for a tackle, going head first for a tackle, takes a knee to the helmet. Scary moment right there. He ended up not getting hurt, but I mean that's still you don't want to see your quarterback do that, especially your quarterback that has been suffering from concussions. So he just needs to take better care of himself and not lead with the helmet. Defenders are taught that don't lead with that helmet. Don't lead with it. So Tua, protect yourself, man. Protect yourself. I'm not gonna go a whole lot into it. I ended up falling asleep kind of early, and I caught the highlights this morning, but I'm not gonna go deep into it. We got a lot to talk about today. Big SEC matchup, big rivalry game between the Texas Longhorns and the Arkansas Razorbacks. So we're gonna go into that one, kind of do a little dive into that one today. Of course, I have the hot take segment. Got some good ones. Once again, another a listener has provided a hot take, so I'm assuming that this listener will want us to add his picks to the us versus the listener segment. And guys, if you ever want, you can reach out on Gmail at answerthecall@gmail.com. Answer the call, COLL. You can find us on Spotify in the podcast section. Type in Answer the Call, COLL. Comment on the episode. Comment on the live. Comment, via email. Reach out to us if you want us to air your picks versus our picks, guys. I got some small news that I want to talk about real quick before I dive into the Texas-Arkansas game, the Coll Out segment in about 30 minutes or so. Got some good ones on there, guys. Oof, we got some good names on that one. USF, the University of South Florida, the Bulls, plan to build a new stadium that will cost around $340 million. It's going to be an on-campus football stadium. We'll have huge student section with the Bull U logo, a DJ deck, and a student-only concessions. The stands will feature new suites and boxes. The concourse will be close to the field, allowing fans to stay engaged with the game. So it looks like, University of South Florida, they decided they want to build a new stadium. Maybe they're trying to add some new people and get more capacity in there. So I seen kind of a short little preview of what it might look like, and I gotta say, guys, I'm excited. I'm not sure when right now that this is gonna happen, like when it's gonna be finished, but I can't wait to see it. So I'll definitely be keeping my eye on this to see if there's any more news that I can provide you guys. But right now, it's just kind of just breaking ground. So It's a $350 million on-campus football stadium, so that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Diego Pavia, sensation, for Vanderbilt, the quarterback sensation, is suing the NCAA over his eligibility in NIL. Pavia is seeking a temporary restraining order against the NCAA, which is preventing him from playing the 2025-2026 season based on his attendance at junior college during the 2020-2021 seasons. My take on that is probably during the COVID years he wasn't able to attend, and he might feel that he deserves another year, and I don't know, guys. I mean, Diego Pavia says that he should be eligible for one more year, and a lot of the 2020 people, they were able to kind of have an extra year. Basically the 2020-2021 seasons didn't count against them, but because he went to a junior college, I think they're trying to say that it still does count. And I don't know, guys. I don't know. That's going to be something to monitor as well, because we don't know if we don't know if maybe he wins this, and then that's going to change the whole landscape for how things go moving forward. But Diego Pavia wants to return to Vanderbilt, I assume. Probably got some unfinished business, and maybe wants to, put Vandy in the playoffs. They're out this year. They're going to a bowl game for the first time since 2018, but that's all they really have to look forward to right now. And I hope they win the bowl game. I hope they kind of catch fire these last few weeks and pull off a few more wins and win a bowl game. I mean, Vandy's it's an exciting time to be a college football fan. Some people don't like the NIL and the transfer portal, and I get it. I will say that, it does need to have some kind of, structure, some kind of boundaries to it. But I am all for it. I'm all for it. These players, they get put in a position like where sometimes they are forced to go to a lower school because that's the only one that'll offer them a scholarship. And now, like they can go there, and then they can be like, hey, I want to go enter the transfer portal. I've got my name out there a little bit. I want to see if I can go to a better school to better, try to better my future. And I think that's what Diego Pavia is trying to do here. He's just like, look, I'm not trying to transfer, but, I am kind of owed a little bit of this NIL. So it'll be interesting, guys. It'll be real interesting to see just how Diego Pavia versus the NCAA goes. He's going to have some deep pockets, I'm sure. But yeah, those are a couple stories I just kind of wanted to kind of knock out of the way before we really got started, guys. I mean, it's going to be a great one. We got the Call of Fame section coming up in a little bit, and the Texas-Arkansas is coming up right now. We're going to go ahead and preview, and don't forget, it's Tuesday, time for Timmy's Hot Take. So let's just dive right into the Texas-Arkansas game. It's in Fayetteville, Arkansas. You don't have anything better to do, and you're in NWA, Northwest Arkansas. Go to this game. I'm sure it's going to be a good one. This is a rivalry that goes way back. 1894 was the first time these two met. Both schools used to be part of what was known as the Southwestern Conference, the SWC. Many Hog fans see Texas as their biggest rival. A lot of Hog fans say, Texas is it. Like, out of all the teams, they can't stand Texas the most, and then it goes Bama and so forth. So, there has been 79 meetings. 79 meetings between the two. Texas leads the series 56-23. Arkansas won the recent matchup back in 2021. Kind of like a welcome to the SEC, Texas and Oklahoma back then got permission to kind of start pursuing, and it was kind of like a welcome to the SEC. And the Hogs win 40-21. They win 40-21 back then, but that was then, and this is now. Both teams are a part of the SEC, Southeastern Conference. Texas has won 2 straight after getting pushed around by Georgia. If you guys remember in that Georgia game, Georgia came in, pushed them around. Since then, Texas has now one of them was against Vandy, who I will say almost beat them. So, and then they blew out Florida this past Saturday. It was a bad week for Florida teams, though. Arkansas is kind of on a roller coaster here lately. They're 2-3 in their last 5. It's like they lose a game, they win a game, and then it's like, oh, we lose a game, and then we win a game, and then they lose a game. So, kind of like a little up and down for Arkansas, up and down for the Hogs. Let's see, Arkansas. Texas has a high-powered offense, guys. Texas has a high-powered offense, and Quinn Ewers if Quinn Ewers plays like he did versus Florida, then the Hogs are going to be in for a long day. A long day. Coach Pittman and Bobby Petrino will need to get Jaquindon Jackson going early and take some pressure off Taylon Green. Taylon Green, he's a good quarterback, What I want to see Taylon Green do, because I think this is what he does really, really well, is I want him to really run those read option and RPOs to perfection. And if you think about it, like kind of like in a comparison, Taylor, and they're not the same as who I'm comparing them to. 2 totally different styles. I get it, but kind of same play style. Taylon Green, if you want to think about it, is like Lamar Jackson. He can run, he can pass real quick. Jaquindon Jackson is kind of more of a big bruising back. So think of him kind of like Derrick Henry. But guys, just run these RPOs. And when they start collapsing real hard on Jaquindon Jackson, pull it out real quick. Even if it was supposed to be a handoff, just pull it out real quick. And run these read option and then the RPO, set up some RPOs. To keep the Texas defense off balance, run those plays to keep that Texas that way they can't decide whether they should stack the box, play the outside, drop back in coverage. So you want to get that defense off their game, and this would be a great way to do it. Read option, RPO. Also, the longer the Razorbacks offense is on the field, the better the chance to beat Texas. I mean, if the other offense isn't able to put up points, then, you have a good chance of winning. This game is in Fayetteville. So, the Hog fans will need to be loud and make it hard for Texas to get anything going. Run, RPO, read option, set up play action. Put Taylon Green in a easy, manageable second down, an easy, manageable third down situations, guys. You don't want your offense in like 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 5 plus every time. So get some short yardage for 2nd and 3rd downs. Definitely want that. Now we're gonna do a little kind of stat comparison, and I know stats are stats, but it kind of gives you an idea of like how this game could go. Points per game, Texas does have an advantage. 38.9 to Arkansas's 33. Total touchdowns, 47 for Texas to 37 for Arkansas. Total first downs, Arkansas has it 229 to 195. Rushing touchdowns, Arkansas has it 100 rushing first downs to Texas 74 rushing first downs. Passing first downs, Arkansas has 116 to 108. Third down, they're kind of similar, guys. This third and fourth down actually kind of shocked me. They're a lot closer than I thought. Third down, Arkansas is 56 for 118. Texas is 52 for 114. So pretty similar in third down and pretty similar in fourth down. Texas is 7 out of 16 on fourth down to Arkansas's 8 out of 15. So slightly better on fourth down. Now the net passing, Texas does have a slight edge. 301.1 to 292.3. Passing touchdowns, though. This is where Texas is good. They got all them receivers. They got the 2 quarterbacks. 28 passing touchdowns for Texas to only 12 for the Hogs. So it's kind of a tale right there, you know. Arkansas looks to run the ball. And I think they really need to set up that play action. Really get that play action game going. Interceptions are pretty similar. Texas is slightly better. Only 6 interceptions thrown to Arkansas's 7. Now, the sacks. This is where it kind of really hurts the Hogs. Okay. Texas has 18 sacks taken for a loss of 125 yards, basically. Arkansas has 25 sacks taken for negative 161, so minus 161 in that category. So they've lost 161 yards due to sacks. And now rushing yards per game, Arkansas does have the slight edge, 190.9 or 190 point something. Can't read my writing apparently. To Texas is 164.1. Rushing touchdowns, Arkansas has the slight advantage, 25 to Texas 18. Total yards, I mean, they're pretty similar. Arkansas has a slight edge, 483.2 to 465.2. So that's just kind of a little bit of how the offenses do. And I really should have broke down the defense too. That would have been, and maybe that's something that I can still do later on in the week. But for today, that is what I have. So Texas is probably going to look to air this out, you know, run a spread offense, get Isaiah Bond and their fast receivers out of space. And what Arkansas needs to do is they need to run the ball, control the clock, set up play action, Taylor Green, RPO, read options, you know, really perfect those in this game. And for Texas, what Texas needs to do is basically what they've done all year and just basically outscore everybody except Georgia. And, you know, just air it out. You know, if there is one weakness in the Hogs defense, it's that secondary. It is a little, you know, they do allow a lot of big plays. So if I'm Quinn Ewers, I'm looking to hit Isaiah Bond over the top right out of the gate. I mean, first play, I'm trying to take the top off. And if I'm Arkansas and I've got the ball first, you know, I'm looking to maybe kind of do the same thing because they're going to be expecting Jaquindon Jackson or, you know, or some one of the running backs from Arkansas to run right out of the gate. Maybe you can catch them napping. Maybe you can get like a big chunk play right off the top. So it's going to be a really interesting game. It's an 11 o'clock game, you know, if you're in the Central Time Zone. So East Coast, it's a noon kickoff game for you guys. West Coast, I mean, that's an early one. I don't know. If you're on the West Coast, I don't know if you know, make this one. Maybe you do. If you're a football fanatic, then you'll watch it. There's going to be a lot of good games, though. A lot of good games this week, guys. Lots of them. And we're going to go over some more of them throughout the week. You know, one that stands out is Clemson versus Pitt. I'm probably going to talk about that game tomorrow. Tulane versus Navy. I know in recent memory, you know, we've like Tulane, Navy, but hey, these squads are actually balling out this year. Got LSU versus Florida. I know LSU just got basically eliminated from the playoffs this past Saturday, but still could be a good game. Utah versus Colorado. That I'm excited for that one. I'm actually getting a little on board with Coach Prime. So another one that stands out, another SEC, is Missouri versus South Carolina. I don't think either one of these teams makes the playoffs, but I mean, this could help them, in the rankings, have a better bowl game. Virginia versus Notre Dame could be good. Baylor and West Virginia, both teams have kind of struggled. It's a Big 12 matchup, but it could also be a good game to watch. And the big one, though, is going to be Tennessee. The Tennessee Volunteers going to Georgia to take on them Bulldogs. One thing I know about, Kirby Smart and the Bulldogs is they tend not to lose back-to-back games very often. And, I mean, that loss to Ole Miss is, the first time, like 52, 53 games that they lost to somebody not named Alabama. So that should be a real good game in Georgia. That's going to be a good one in Georgia. We got some NFL games that is worth noting. We have a few NFL games. And, of course, I still got my hot take. We're on to week 11 in the NFL. Thursday night, we got Commanders-Eagles. Big NFC East. It's a battle for the first place between the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. That one we're going to need to get in probably tomorrow, too. Get a little preview on that one. Ravens-Steelers, AFC North. That's a big matchup. I'm looking through Seahawks-Niners. That has big NFC West division title on the line. Chiefs-Bills. Buffalo tends to be one of those teams that, they tend to beat Kansas City in the regular season. But that's about it. And then the Sunday night, this actually got flexed into Sunday night. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Chargers. I definitely want to dive into that one this week at some point. So we got some good games in the NFL, good games in the college. It's definitely good. I think right now it's time for the call out. It is time for the call out, and we have some good ones. A lot of Call of Fames this week. And I'm not sure if I have any Call of Shame. No, it looks like I took care of the Call of Shame yesterday. So I will just do Call of Fame. Today is a Call of Fame only day. Well, Miami lost to Georgia Tech, but that wasn't, there was some bright spots in it. And actually, there was a couple of bright spots. Cam Ward set Miami's passing touchdown record in a season. He hit 30, first Miami Hurricane quarterback to do so. So good job, Cam Ward. Maybe you're not as overrated as people think, but you had a real rough game against Georgia Tech. And if I'm other defenses, I'm going to mimic that. But hey, right now, you deserve the shout out. You deserve the Call of Fame. So Cam Ward, hey, good job, man, setting that record. We're going to stick with Miami, stick with a teammate of his, one of his favorite targets. Xavier Restrepo has broken the Miami record for receptions, 186 and counting, passes Mike Horley, and receiving yards with 2,651 and counting, passes Reggie Wayne and Santana Moss. He only needs 240 yards this season to have the single season record. So, 3 games left. Plus the ACC title if he makes it that. I mean, so he's gonna, he's gonna go down as one of the greatest wide receivers at Miami, and that's crazy because Reggie Wayne and there's a lot of good wide receivers there, and he's up there in the record books. So good job. You deserve a Call of Fame. Next up is Mr. Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel becomes the all-time touchdown leader, 179 and counting. Passes Case Keenum. Case Keenum. So good job there, man. Good job to Dillon Gabriel making the Call of Fame segment. Jackson Dart is the winningest QB in Ole Miss history, guys. Eli Manning went there. He couldn't do it. And I know wins are a team game, but, wins, losses seems to count against a QB more than any other position. And he's the winningest QB in Ole Miss history. Well, Kansas Jayhawks, your season hasn't gone the way that we thought it was. You were ranked in the preseason top 25. And since then has kind of went downhill. But Devin Neal is a standout, becoming the all-time leading rusher in Kansas history with 3,951 and counting. Passes June Henley from the 93-96 season, like from 93 to 96. And Jamar Chase is currently leading the league in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. Can Chase win NFL's Triple Crown? He would be only the 5th wide receiver to do it since 1970. So Jamar Chase leading the league and owning the Triple Crown right now. You deserve a Call of Fame. A Call of Fame. Well, we got some news that broke right before the show, and that is Dak Prescott is officially going on IR. He's having season-ending surgery for his hamstring. Bears have decided to fire offensive coordinator Shane Waldron. Shane Waldron, the Chicago Bears offensive coordinator, is now without a job, and the passing game coordinator is taking over as the new OC, which I don't know how I feel about that because he's the passing game coordinator and Caleb Williams has been struggling. This move is just basically a move for Matt Eberflus to kind of save his job right now. And honestly, you're just kind of delaying it at this point because I really feel that at the end of the season, Chicago Bears is going to come in and clean house because, Caleb was supposed to be the guy. And, Caleb struggled. Caleb has struggled. Some of it's coaching. Some of it's the player. Shane Waldron, he was, I don't know. I don't know if he was to blame, but he's the one that's getting the blame. So he's going to be without a job now for at least probably a little bit this year. Thomas Brown, the Bears passing game coordinator, steps in as OC. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. That seems kind of crazy to me. Also, I should note that the Chiefs are getting healthy. This isn't good. They have designated Isaiah Pacheco for return. Watch out. D-Hop, Xavier Worthy, Travis Kelce, Kareem Hunt, now Isaiah Pacheco, and that guy runs angry, guys. So, this isn't looking good for 31 of the teams in the NFL right now. Jerry Jones has came out and said that he has no plans of making changes. Not going to put curtains up at AT&T Stadium, and I just think I get it, but at the same time, if your players can't see, that is an issue. That is an issue. This week it's a Monday night game, so maybe they don't have to worry about the sun so much this week. But if my star receiver can't see to make a wide open touchdown catch, yeah, I mean he's in the NFL and he should make that catch. But I mean, it's kind of like in baseball. I played baseball for a little bit when I was younger, and I played a little outfield. And sometimes when that ball's hit and you look up in the sun, you lose it just for a second, and that ball coming right in front of that window for a split second, I mean, yeah, you probably lost it, and then that's why he wasn't able to catch that ball. So Isaiah Pacheco's coming back. Jerry Jones doesn't want curtains. Shane Waldron is fired from OC. Dak is having season-ending surgery for his injury, and that is the rapid fire of breaking news that happened between when I woke up and when we started the show today. So just a little preview there. Well, we have some hot takes to get through. And then I will maybe, we'll see what happens. Okay, so the listener has a hot take. And the listener is saying that he is going to take the LA Chargers over the Bengals. Chargers have been playing good, and so have the Bengals, but they hardly ever string up 2 good games in a row. Of course, they did lose to the Ravens, but they played a good game. Chargers will get the run game going early and open up Ladd McConkey to have, and this is kind of, I think, where the real hot take begins. Open up Ladd McConkey to have 8 catches and 1 receiving touchdown. So that's his hot take. Is he didn't tell me the yardage. He just said 8 catches and a receiving touchdown. So that is where we're at. All right, guys. Steven, I think, said Broncos over the Falcons. And I don't know, guys. I don't know how hot of a take that is. We might need that. We might need to question his hotness on his take, because I kind of like the Broncos this week versus the Falcons myself. So, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens as the week goes on. He did say he mentioned Broncos yesterday. We were kind of chatting for a few after the show, and he said Broncos. So I think that's what I wrote down. So I sorry, that's what I wrote down for him. I wrote down the Broncos over the Falcons. So he's got Broncos over the Falcons. Maybe he'll be able to be back tomorrow, and he can kind of elaborate on some of that for us. All right, guys, I have my hot take, and I have a bonus hot take. I'm doing a 2-for-1 special. And both of these are like volcano erupting. I mean, stick it like just in like the hottest boiling water ever. You might as well be on hot lava. That's how hot these takes are going to be. And you guys are going to laugh and think I'm crazy. And that's okay. That's okay. That's why they're called hot takes, all right? That's why they're called a hot take. It's because they're not expected to happen. My hot take of the week is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars over the Detroit Lions. Jags have been bad all season, guys. They've been bad all season. And, well, they can't get much worse than what they already are. So things, yeah, I mean, the Jags have nothing to lose here. They don't have anything to lose. Lions are coming off a win in which they struggled, and Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions. I mean, they found a way to win, yes. But Lions might be drained after the last game, you know, both physically, mentally. That was a game, okay? They really went through it. This could be a game the Jags can sneak in, fool everybody a little bit, sneak out with a win. Okay? I mean, they just need to get the run game going early to set up play action. They will need to be better disciplined this week. You know, they had the Vikings stopped, and then they got that personal foul, late hit, and all that, and gave the Vikings automatic first down and able to down the ball. So look for, maybe this comes down to like a 2-point conversion, and this is where I say sneak. Some kind of penalty happens, and they decide to go for 2 instead of the tie. This is the game that probably Trevor Lawrence is back, big body quarterback, and they line up and do the old push, the old brotherly shove, and they get that QB sneak into the end zone and sneak out with a win in Detroit, guys. Detroit, I mean, there it is. That is the hot take, guys. That is it. I think the Jags can do it. They're going to sneak their way to a victory this week. So now is time for the bonus hot take. And I don't know, guys. This one might be a little hotter than the other. Or maybe it's not. Who knows? But this is another hot take that I am providing you guys today. Bonus hot take. Cowboys over the Texans. I know. There's no way I could pick the Cowboys again, right? I couldn't pick them again, right? There's no way I can do that. I can't do that. But actually I can. And I will. The Texans' offense has been bad. Really bad. They struggled. It was so bad that they didn't even put up any points in the second half versus the Detroit Lions. They just played a physical game with the Lions, and teams that play the Lions the week before tend to struggle the following week. Okay? So they just had a big physical game on Sunday night with Detroit. A game that, you know, in the second half, they kind of got pushed around a little. Houston has a big problem protecting C.J. Stroud. And, you know, Cowboys got Micah Parsons back. So some of that pass rush is coming to the victory. Cooper Rush is 5-2 as a starter, guys. He is 5-2. Those 2 losses are both to the Eagles. Well, this game isn't against them. They did that last week and got pushed around. But this week, he's going against another quarterback, and he's undefeated against teams not named Philadelphia. Just because Jerry is saying Mike McCarthy, just because Jerry isn't saying that Mike McCarthy's on the hot seat doesn't mean that he is. He isn't. Because I really feel that he is on the hot seat. He is definitely on the hot seat, even though Jerry's denying it. Micah Parsons is back and should help bolster their defense. After this game, everyone will be saying, "Oh, what a Cooper Rush! What a Cooper Rush!" Guys, it's going to happen. Jags over the Lions. Cowboys over them Texans. It's going to happen. A lot of good games, guys. A lot of good games this week, though. Huh? We got them, guys. We got these games. Texas and Arkansas and LSU and Florida and Tennessee and Georgia. Bengals, Chargers, Commanders, Eagles, Steelers, Ravens. We have them. We got all the good ones. And we have 2 hot takes, 3 hot takes, 4 hot takes but we have 2 from me, 1 from a listener, 1 from Steven. Guys, I know mine. Mine are the hottest of the hot. It's like this volcano is about to erupt. You're standing on hot lava right now. I get it. And I'm okay with that. I want my hot takes to be the hottest of the hot. Because if it happens, hey, I mean, you know, it's like a win-win for me, or a lose-win. But a lot of good games, guys. A lot of good games. I'm excited. I will be working on probably the Tulane Navy game for tomorrow, and then I might break it up and do, you know, SEC tomorrow, and then kind of the rest on. I don't know, guys. We got the fantasy segment tomorrow. I've got to squeeze in some more of these games tomorrow. We got a lot to talk about. So we're out of time, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening. Whether it is your first time or you're a returning viewer, returning listener, we could not do this without you. Please like the video, share the video, share the episode. You know, find us on YouTube, youtube.com/answerthecall, COLL. You can go to Spotify in the podcast section. Type in "Answer the Call" COLL. Look for the little icon. You know, little icon of a retro football and a microphone. Answer the Call COLL in the middle. You know, make sure you tap on them bells. Hit that subscribe button to become a follower. Leave us a 5-star review. You know, if you really enjoyed it, it really does help. It really helps the show grow. But we couldn't do this without you. And we will be back tomorrow to answer the call.